Welcome back. Another week.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Back from our hiatus.
You know, I think it's been since the 1st. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, October 1st.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been a hot minute. 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, everybody's gone.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's just you and I now.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. The dynamic duo.
That's it. They're all cruising and vacationing, and
Yeah.
somebody's got to hold the fort down.
Yeah. And shout out to Corey drinking his moonshine.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Are we drinking peach?
Oh, I think that's the apple.
Nope, that's the apple.
Yeah.
I can taste the crust.
Huh. Yeah. It's got some sort of, I don't know.
That's pretty good.
to it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Well, just want to give a shout out to Colin Alvarez. What a show that was
my
last
goodness.
week. It's like our own personal show.
You know, between him, November Tango.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, and who else? There was somebody else.
Yeah,
that
Matt
was-
Jameson.
Matt Jameson.
Yeah.
I mean, you're coming out here and hanging out, and not only was the music amazing, but every one of them hung out with us afterwards.
Ain't that right?
Was social. Was just what a fun time.
And they all want to come back. That's a good thing. You know,
It's just the best venue ever.
I think so. You
Yeah.
know, it's just the backdrop, it's the people, it's everything
Yep.
here. So yeah, it's a good thing. And next week we got Mitch Gregory. You know, he's a bluesy dude.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites. Anyways, I don't know, just my kind of music all the time.
Yeah. Yep.
And I guess that might be the last one of the season. It's getting colder. And it's just you know, people are starting to wear coats, and you know, the girls get cold real quick.
It's getting chilly. It's getting, even I never complain. I was getting a little cold out last week at the end of it. I was like, I'm ready to go inside.
Yeah, when they start breaking out the blankets.
Yeah.
to-
It's time to find a new time to take a hiatus on that too.
Yeah, well, she's already booking for spring already.
I know. And those guys are all going to be busy. So
Yep. That's for sure, man. I just know this year it's going to be nutty this year. What was that?
Oh, she already got Colin booked. for
Colin
next year.
booked already. Yeah. So that's good, and everybody loves Colin. He's just that. I mean, just an all-around guy.
Yep.
You know, he can sing
Yep.
everything. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. But had a good week, I guess, starting up. I mean, today was okay.
Yeah,
Yesterday
I
went
can't
okay.
complain about anything. It's been
Yeah.
good. It was fun to watch the Ravens game last night.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Felt bad for that Bucs receiver. Goodwin got hurt there at the end of the game.
Yeah, I missed that.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
but how did they come back to 31?
They got an onside kick.
Oh, did it?
So, yeah. But, I mean, it was kind of mop-up game.
Yeah.
But, you know, I said to her, it's going to look closer than it is till it's all said and done.
Well, hell, I think I left it. It couldn't have been like 5 or 6 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Yep.
that. Well, all right.
Yep.
Well, they put up a fight, I guess. You know.
Yeah, well, that's it. You
was a
don't
good
ever,
game.
you don't quit. Like,
Yeah.
that's the NFL teams don't quit. So,
Unless you're a Panthers, you know.
well, yeah.
7 to 40.
Yeah. It's going to be a long year for Panthers fans. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess we got the Broncos next week. Y'all got the Browns.
Yeah, and you know that'll be a trap game, right? Because the Browns are so dysfunctional on beating the Ravens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the
works,
trap
right?
game. That's how it works in the NFL. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so I did see a thing today though that said that Johnny Manziel is now happy. He is not the worst quarterback decision the Browns have ever made. So there you go. You know, he can thank Deshaun Watson for that.
Right.
Myles Garrett's getting. I saw they're going to have him tested for drugs this week after he said to Johnny that Deshaun Watson was of high moral character on and off the field.
Oh, really?
So he's definitely going to get drug tested this week. I mean, he had to be high. There's no way a sober person makes that statement.
Yeah. Well, I heard as quick as I pulled into your driveway a little while ago, they called Aaron Rodgers picking his nose and eating his boogers. Yeah. On the sideline. I mean, you know.
Well, he might as well at this point. I
You
mean,
can't even test him for drugs. You know he's on drugs.
yeah, exactly. And he's so whacked at this point. Like, boy, yeah.
Yeah. Why not eat the boogers?
Yeah, you might as well.
Whatever. Yeah. Steelers won, though. The Jets, you know, that was
Yeah.
Aaron over there eating boogers.
And you'd have thought, you know, and how nice was that for Devontae Adams? What was it? 7 days ago, he was playing for the Raiders.
Yeah.
Gets beat by the Steelers, gets traded to the Jets, and loses to the Steelers again.
Yeah.
Twice in a week. Like that's a real payback.
I still can't get used to seeing Wilson in a damn black and gold, man. You know what I mean?
No,
It
but you
just
know what?
blows my mind.
He surprised me.
Yeah.
He started off at what I thought he would,
Yeah.
but by the end of that game, he looked good.
Well, didn't he get hurt too?
No, he didn't. But by the end of the game, he looked good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I think Justin Fields has got to be the future of that franchise.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Wilson didn't. He looked like by the end of that game, he looked like a legitimate first string quarterback. So
That's crazy. Yeah. And how old is he now?
he's got to be in his late 30s.
Late 30s. Yeah.
He's got to be. He's got to be coming to the end. I mean, he was a 5-year player in college because he played for North Carolina State, and then he transferred to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's why he always says he's from a pack of Badgers.
Yeah.
Because it's the Wolf Pack
Yep,
and the Badgers.
and the Badgers.
So he always says a shout out to both. And then so he's 5 years, so he's 22 or 23 in the league. I think he was 8 years in Seattle. So that takes him to 30.
31, yeah.
31. And then he was 2 years in Denver.
Yep.
So that takes him to 33 or 34. So yeah, he's probably 35.
Yeah, mid-30s.
Yep.
Well, yep. How old's Aaron now?
He's got to be 38 or 39. He's been
I thought
around
he
a
was
long time. He might even be 40.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm still getting used to seeing him like that. Seattle will never have another team like that.
No.
No. It's going to be a while.
Especially that defense when he was there. That Legion of Boom was, I mean, that was.
It was.
Yeah.
It
That's
was
probably,
good. Yeah.
you know, those defenses like that are gone. You'll never see those again.
Yep.
Because you can't hit like that anymore.
Nope.
You can't play defense.
Well, it's a whole different defense anymore. You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
different. You're basically as a defense, you're trying to hold a team under 20 points.
Well, they're smaller and they're faster now.
Yeah, and they can't. You just can't touch anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, at all.
Yeah. And I don't understand that. I really don't. You know, I wish it were back the way it was, and concussions was a thing. You know?
Well, you know, and the other problem is the officiating's gotten so bad. I mean, you saw that penalty against Pittsburgh on the extra point. It is the officiating is pathetic. It's like they're not watching the game.
Night? Yeah.
We saw last night that holding penalty on the Ravens on the scoring drive where Lamar went in. If that's holding, it's sad that they interject themselves into the game. Like they shouldn't be part of the discussion.
Yeah, lazy.
Yep.
That's what it is. Just wasn't watching the damn game. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. Yeah, but the Cards, did you catch any of that game?
I watched a little bit of that when I got home.
They said, 17-15.
Yeah.
Sounded like it was a good game.
I watched the end of that when I got home, and I was surprised how pathetic Los Angeles. I call them San Diego, but how pathetic Los Angeles looked. Like they were. Justin Herbert was on the sideline. They had 15 points. It was all field goals. They didn't score one touchdown. Like, how does that happen when a Jim Harbaugh coach team against the Cardinals?
I keep saying this is the year of the kickers, man. I don't know what it is.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
that Detroit kicker.
Yep.
And I saw a thing today. That Detroit kicker was a soccer player.
Of course. Yeah.
He played for some small college. The first in-game kick that he had was in the NFL since high school. He never actually kicked in college. And he was playing for that UFL.
Yeah.
And he made 4 field goals over 60 yards.
Well,
and he got cut by, I think it was the Texans last year. And he got signed by Detroit because their kicker pulled his hamstring.
Holy.
And that's the only reason he got that chance.
Yeah, and look at him now.
And now he's the hero of this Motor City.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, and how do the Lions look?
I mean, they've got one loss. They're in the lead in their division.
Oh, okay.
And Jared Goff looks like he
Jared
looks
Goff.
like a superstar. Like, why did the Rams let him out of town?
Yeah.
And I like Matt Stafford. Make no mistakes about it.
Yeah.
But Matt Stafford's 10 years older than Jared Goff.
He was an Atlanta guy, wasn't he?
Stafford? Yeah.
Played Atlanta for a long time, didn't he?
No, that was Stafford went to Georgia. He's a Georgia graduate.
Okay.
The guy you're thinking of is real tall. What was?
I thought it was Stafford.
I'm trying. It wasn't Stafford. It'll come to me, but but I know who you're thinking about. Matt Ryan. You're thinking of Matt Ryan.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Yeah, that was what we called the Dirty Birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the original Dirty Birds.
Oh my, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They were a rough team, man. That's the
back when who was that? Buddy Ryan, was he their coach or no?
I don't remember.
I forget who they had a guy because they were the original run and shoot.
Yeah.
Them and the Houston Oilers ran that run and shoot offense back in the day, and they had that real crazy defense. Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It is what it is nowadays. I'm just saying it's just a whole different game anymore.
Oh, Jerry Glanville, I think that was his
that
name.
who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
So.
You know, the one my grandpa was still alive, and they kicked off somebody. I can't even remember who they were playing. But anyway, they kick off, and this is way back in the '80s, and this little short white guy catches the ball, the fastest white guy I've ever seen in my life, man. I remember to this day. He bolted from one end to the other just as nobody. There wasn't a chance in hell for nobody to catch. I thought, and my grandpa was like, I cannot believe how fast that guy is. And he just went, phew. I wish I would remember his name. That was the greatest run I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Every now and then.
Yeah.
And that's what they do now too. It's that stupid ass. That's another one. I can't get on board with the kickoff. That's just the dumbest shit ever.
I understand why. I get it.
Well, I do too.
But it's hard to watch the kickoffs anymore. They ought to just say, do you want the ball at the 30 or do you want to kick off?
Yeah.
Because everybody's just getting to the 30 anyway. And now with these kickers, 2 first downs and you're in field goal range.
Yep.
So basically you're scoring on every possession.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's.
Well, that's what you say. Hold them to 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. That's the goal anyway.
But Derrick Henry had that run in the fourth quarter last night.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is talk about. I was really doubtful of that move. I thought that when the Ravens let Dobbs go and they seemed non-committed to the existing tailback squad they had, and then they went out and they paid all that money for Derrick, and I'm like, you watch the Titans play, and Derrick Henry lined up, 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's not the way the Ravens offense is set up. That's not how Lamar plays. I thought this isn't going to work, but there I am overanalyzing the whole thing. That's why I sit here and talk about it.
That's right.
And I'm not actually on the sidelines doing anything relevant to the game because I thought that was going to be the worst move ever. And 7 games into the season, they started out
now.
They started out 0-2. They're 5-2, and they've beat some really good football teams.
But isn't he leading in rushing yards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baltimore's leading the whole league in rushing yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And, going into the fourth quarter last night, Derrick Henry had 31 yards. He finished the game with 138 yards.
Yeah.
And at the start of the fourth quarter, he had 31 yards rushing.
Yeah. He's going to light it up.
Yeah, because Silent Dan said to me, he goes, oh, everybody's talking about how good King Henry is. He's only got 31 yards.
Yeah.
I said, Dan, wait.
Yeah,
there's another quarter, and I'm just going to tell you, experience tells me he's a problem in the fourth quarter.
Well, Dan left.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a team, does he?
Oh, yeah, he's a Steelers fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought that was right. Yeah. That fantasy football, I just can't get into it.
No, me either.
You worry too much on the player. I'm sitting there looking at a laptop or watching a ticker.
But how do you I get why it's fun, but but to me, it's more fun to have a team to root for.
Yeah,
I did the fantasy football thing too, and it was fun. But it's much more enjoyable on a Sunday afternoon to watch the games and root for your team and not worry about all that other stuff.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yep.
Yeah, I just I just don't get into it. Not anymore. It used to be the what was that, the red channel, the red
zone.
Yeah, the red zone, and you watch a ticker, or you had the laptop. We would all show up to the bar and draft our people.
Yep. Oh, it's a big production.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'd rather pull for a team too, even though they suck.
They're looking at us. What did we do?
I don't know. Yeah. Well,
no, I don't know. They're not looking at us anymore.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Only false alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was last night. I don't even know. I think it was the Joey Logano. I think he won the race this week. That was the big thing with that. And
Oh, but that was this weekend the race that Chase got knocked out in that wreck?
oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
See, I need to-
I think
yeah,
so. I think I
yeah.
saw that on a highlight. Chase was in a wreck and got knocked out of the finish.
Oh man. Well, yeah. He got knocked out like his head got knocked out, or he just got knocked out of the chase.
He got knocked, I don't think he's knocked out of the chase
Okay.
yet. I
But
think he. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
saw he was in a wreck and got knocked out of the race.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's terrible. I thought he was like passed out or something.
No. There's two cars involved. One of them flipped over.
Oh yeah.
And then it like rolled the whole way over. And I was listening to the guy's radio, and after he rolled over, he still drove into the pits, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm all right."
They make them cars now, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, ever since Earnhardt, the whole
Yeah.
the whole thought process around safety has changed immensely in that sport since he died.
That kills me, with the open wheel, all the Indies and F1s and stuff. How they're cockpits, man. They're like jet cockpits.
They are like fighter jets.
Yeah. I mean, they roll upside down and hell, they're hanging out.
Yep.
And at 200 miles an hour. But that's what safety's all about. I never got into the safety thing. As much shit have I broke and beat up myself.
Really, you, the guy that rides without a helmet, you never got into the safety thing?
Well, and that saved my life. I'll tell you, it saved my life. But I just never got into it, man. I was always a dirt bike rider with no helmet, and shit, and rode four wheelers and just a daredevilish guy, I didn't ever really race. I got on race tracks, but I never really raced.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a hobby. It's fun to do. I was looking at bikes today. They're everywhere, man. And it's like what you bought. You said it yourself. There's one at every Harley dealership. That eye catcher.
Yep.
And yeah, I found a 13 today. It was yellow and white, and ultra classic, and it was like 12,000.
Yep.
And I wanted to see the miles, so I had to keep scrolling to find the miles. I found the miles, 42,000. I was
Yeah, I was going to say probably, I was thinking 30.
yeah, 42,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's been a bunch of them on the face page that catches my eye. In the 7,000 range. That's got miles on them, but
And I think if they're newer bikes,
Yeah.
like if you're looking at and even not newer, like if you're looking at the 96 cubic inches and up,
yeah,
you don't have to be afraid at 40 and 50,000 miles.
Yeah.
I think those 88s got to be a little worried about that because of cam chain tension issue and stuff.
yeah.
But these newer bikes, I mean, they're
Like
100,000
newer,
mile
like where
bikes.
do you start as newer? Like 11?
I think probably
Yeah.
2009, 2010
Yeah.
when you got the 96 cubic inch, the fuel injected motors,
Sixth gear?
sixth gear. Once you got into those bikes,
Yeah.
the technology got so much better and the mechanics got better. It was almost like that Harley learned from that 88 because that was a big problem with those cam chain tensioners,
Yeah.
and they took a lot of heat for that.
Yeah.
None of their engines since then have had major issues like that. They had a little bit of the problem with the throttle by wire when it first came out, but they've not had any. You don't see those kind of issues with those bikes anymore. And
Yeah.
you see lots of bikes. Tommy Hayden's got over 150,000 on his bike.
Yeah.
And if guys are riding them a lot, they're maintaining them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For
So,
sure.
you saw my bike only had 5,000 miles, and the first time we took it out, stuff started falling off.
Yeah.
Because the bike sat.
Yep.
And you only put 500 miles a year on something, guess what?
Yeah.
You're not riding it.
Yeah. Basically. You need
So,
to go over it with a fine tooth.
You're almost better. I think you're almost better to find something if you're looking back with between 20 and 35,000 miles on it.
Yep.
And you don't have to be afraid at 40 either.
Yep.
But at least it's been ridden, and at least it's. I don't know anybody that's got a Harley that doesn't maintain them.
Yeah.
Everybody changes the
Well, you have
fluids.
to,
Well, that's it.
It's a given.
And so everybody maintains them. So, I mean, they're well maintained bikes. I mean, if you want to buy one from somebody that's in one of these, 1%er clubs, it's probably not going to be maintained. But
Yeah.
they're not selling a bike that you're going to want.
No, it's going
so,
to be road hard and just,
yep,
yep. And we know those.
yep.
Yeah, I had a guy come in and he's wanting to sell it. And I was like, no, there's just no way. I just wouldn't do it. And he's got one that's kind of like the Orange County chopper, but it's a different kind like that.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of
Well,
that.
those choppers that passed us on Sunday were
yeah.
pretty bikes.
Yeah, that was crazy, right? Yeah, those are some nice bikes. Yeah, that's something, that's a home jobber,
Yep.
They just, and then, not to say Rick's bike ain't badass neither, the Bob, but, I just ain't, I want something like you got, something comfortable, something cruise control, something 6 gear, something I can just sit back and roll, baby.
Yep, and just ride.
Yeah, man, just roll. And especially highway, get out there on yours on the highway, that thing don't waver a bit, guaranteed.
No,
Guaranteed.
it doesn't.
Nah.
It doesn't. I had it out the other day, and I was passing a semi, and, I don't like to mess around.
Yeah.
I had to cruise set at 70, and I got out, and he was probably going like 73. So I just rolled on the throttle to go by him. And when I passed him and went back in, I wasn't trying to get on it. I was going almost 90, and it was just as smooth as could be. Like,
barely
it just
stretching
didn't
the
care.
legs.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's a 96.
That's 96.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That 96 is a nice motor.
I like to watch James ride it though. That's fun.
I know. It looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, he rides so good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rides technically right.
Well, I don't think there's nothing out there he couldn't ride.
I know. That's
Well, he wouldn't be scared to ride or try to ride it.
He wouldn't. Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He'd hop on whatever you gave him.
You damn right.
Yep.
Well, that right there's the cream of the crop, the biggest of the bigs. I would say that's up there in heaviness.
It's as heavy as you can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe a Goldwing's heavier, but that's probably it.
Yeah. That's a different kind of heavy. Now that trike we seen, I like that trike. If that was a gold wing, I seen that, and I seen the K16 BMW, and I don't know. I found one of those today for all but $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was like a 2003 with about 60-some thousand on it.
Oh, that bike doesn't even care at 60,000 miles.
No, it's a damn Honda. I mean, and I'm sure there's a lot of maintenance involved with that.
Probably not. Probably not. It's probably
a little different.
I'm guessing it's probably one fluid. I mean, the Japanese bikes tend to have one that does everything.
Yeah.
And Hondas, they just run forever.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yep. I don't know. Yeah, I was seeing on the way up the other day, that Shadow. Did you see that Shadow? That was a 2000.
Yeah, and our buddy Ron, he just bought a Suzuki
Vulcan.
No, I think it was G50 or something.
Oh, really?
Really nice cruiser. He just passed his MSF. It's an 850 fuel injected.
Wow.
Really, really, really pretty bike. Good
like
first
a bagger?
bike. No, it's a cruiser, just like the V-Stars.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Kawasaki. Well,
no, Suzuki.
Suzuki. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't the Vulcan the Kawasaki? Or is that the Suzuki?
I think the Vulcan's a Suzuki, but I think the Vulcan's their big one.
It is.
Yeah. His was the smaller. It's really a pretty bike. I was surprised. Well, I was surprised when he even got a bike because he had been talking about it, and then he told me that he was looking at this bike, and he sent me this picture of it. See if it's still there. It's a Boulevard 800
Oh, the
M50.
Boulevard. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, it's a nice looking bike.
Yeah, I know those. Yeah, I do know those. That is just like the V-Star.
Yep.
Yeah, except in the 850 version.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good sized bike for a new rider.
Oh, yeah.
And if he wants, that's something that he can haul a passenger around on.
Yeah.
He can ride two up in it.
Yeah.
But I a nice looking bike and a good bike for a first rider. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just like the damn V-Star.
Yep.
Yep. I was looking at Batwings today, too. And there's so many Batwing companies out there now. I mean, you could get them $200 to $1,100, and then just load them up.
Yep.
And I don't know. I looked up the what's the Roadstar.
Yeah,
I
the
looked that one
Roadstar.
up and just to see maybe I could make brackets to make it fit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was loaded, and I can't remember $799.
Yeah, I was going to say you could. You could get a Roadstar, and if you kept looking, I think you get one for $7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$799 was the Batwing with it had the
Oh, you mean just
a clip on Batwing like.
But you
like
could
the
buy
windshield.
you could buy a Roadstar for $7,000.
Oh yeah,
all
God,
day
yeah.
long.
Oh yeah. Well, who was that? The guy was that No, that was what's the one below that?
That
It's right above the V-Star.
Is that the 1900?
No, I still think it's an 1100, but it's called something different because of the paint job or something.
Oh yeah. So it was the classic, I forget, but I know
There's one above it, yeah,
Yep.
and it's just a damn paint job.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
it could be the Forks or something on it, but anyway, the guy where we were going to Appalachian Harley had one for sale there on the
Yep.
right, and that was about $3,000.
Yep.
But still, the bat wings for them, I swear you could fabricate something to make that bat wing on the Roadstar work on the V-Star.
You could get a Batwing for an 1100.
Oh yeah, I can buy them all day.
I mean, you can
starting
get
at 300.
Yeah.
Just like I say, but you got to add all that to it,
Yep.
Yeah, the stereo and the crap with it, but
Yep.
still, I don't know. Yeah. When we came back the other night, I was ready for the deer, and them damn chips. They put them damn chips down. I swear to God, it's the stupidest
It's so
shit.
disappointing.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's not
Yeah.
made for. And
It's not-
everybody in Perry County rides motorcycles.
There's a lot of bikes around here,
Yeah, man.
and no consideration from PennDOT on the fact that there's bikes out there. None.
None a bit, man. And you do that on that road for sure, as curvy as it is and hilly.
You got to
And
be
out
paying
there on
attention.
17. That was the stupidest shit I ever seen in my life.
Yep. So bad they couldn't even paint lines on the road.
Yeah. For a long time. They finally got them on there, but still, it's a long time. Yeah. Idiotic.
Yep.
That's where our tax money goes.
Yeah.
They just probably had a bunch of gravel and said we need to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Well, it's all this, we did this Build Back Better America thing, and they
Yeah.
threw, all this money at these local places, and then they told me how to spend it.
Yeah.
And they didn't give them enough money to fix things the right way. They gave them enough money to do it half-assed.
Now, is that going to be the same for salt this year? Now,
I don't know. That's going to be interesting.
Can you hold salt for a whole year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so they still have a stockpile. They got to
Probably.
because there
Well,
was
yeah,
no
because there
doubt-
wasn't any snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
yeah.
now we'll probably have a shitload of salt this year. That'll be good.
Yeah, because that'll make them fun in the spring. They'll spread a bunch of salt and cinders, and then we won't be able to ride until the end of May.
Listen to us complain.
There we go. Yeah. This is a Chris and Jeff bitch session. If you'd like to join, please give me a call.
Leave a comment below.
If I can keep going, I got stung by a fucking bee again today, too.
Yeah,
For the
what
second
the
time in a week. I mean, are you shitting me? Like, I haven't been stung by a bee in like 10 years.
Where was it at?
And it's sitting there waiting for you. I'm sitting out back. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting for you to show up. I'm in a chair. I'm relaxing. I'm sitting there surfing on TikTok on my phone, which I never fucking do.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I hear, ugh, and I look up and his bees like coming right at me. So I was like, I got it. Yeah, I swing my hand. Oh, I hit it. Yeah, like at the back end, I hit it just enough that it spun around and whacked me in the face right before it flew off.
The damn
I was like,
face.
are you shitting me? I'm sitting over at bicycles at a picnic table. I get stung a week ago, and I'm waiting for you to show up, and I get stung again. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
I was involved in both of those.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, keep the bitch session going. I'm telling you. Like, how the hell? It's the end of October. Don't you fuckers die by now?
They should. Oh, speaking of, so the arachnoids emailed me today, so you'll be happy to know. All the tarantulas now have went back in their burrows.
Good.
Yeah, the mating season's over.
Good.
Yeah, and that's from May to July is what they're saying. That's what they're saying, but they've seen them as as late as mid-October. All over the roads out there. So
Oh, that's good. I'm not going
now they're
down
in.
there. Yeah.
Now they're back in the hole though. They're back in the hole now. But they like to come inside too this time of year.
I want to go. Like
Yeah.
when they're down there, I want to get a truck with like big monster fucking tires and just run up and down the road and run them over.
I'm telling you, we that's what we would do. You didn't have a choice, man. I mean, you were just driving.
I want to do it on purpose. Like I just want to go and that's all I want to do for the whole time they're mating. I just want to see if I can thin the herd.
We have the same issue in North Carolina with the little baby hoppy toads. Frogs.
Now, I have a problem with toads.
Well,
They're allowed to live.
They're everywhere on the roads, though. At one time of year, you can't help it. You just go squish, down the damn road you go, man. Just running over little hoppy toads. Yeah. Even walking through, like down to my pond down there, you would just step on them because there was nowhere else to step. That's how. millions. Yeah, little baby hoppy toads.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not tarantulas.
No. Now, the spiders are coming in the house now because it's getting cold outside. So they're coming in to try to get warm.
Yeah.
So I keep on high alert just in the unlikely event.
I was spraying some smelly good stuff in here earlier. And I went over by the couch here on this side, and all of a sudden I felt something go whack, hit me. And I was like, what the hell was that? I didn't ever see nothing. So I kept on coming around this way, and I was spraying. I started feeling spider webs on my face. I was like, what the fuck? He's on me somewhere. You know, there he was, down on my knee. He was a little thing.
That was like I was in your van. You get in your van the other day. That was, before I go to bicycles to get stung by a bee, I get in a van and I get in there, there's a spider web all over. And I'm like looking because I'm like, well, where there's a web, there's usually a builder. And I'm looking for this thing and I found him. He's like hanging out. So I was trying to be nice and then I was like, no, I'm just going to have to kill him. So I wiped his ass out. I guess that's why I got stung. It was karma for killing a spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got in her car the other day. And I'm in the passenger seat, and there's this little bitty spider, and he's got a web built like right in the same place in your van. I'm like, how does this happen to me? Like, so then I was like trying to put the window up to like stick him outside the car.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, well, he'll just blow off, and if he lives, he lives. But I'm gonna give him a chance. So I put the window up. The dumb fucker came in the car. I was like, well, now you're done. Like, I gave you a chance. Like, I don't know how much of a chance you had going 5 miles an hour down the hill to survive, but you got no chance once you're inside with me.
Should have spun him with a little parachute and just took off.
Yeah, that's it. He had a chance. I gave him a chance.
You know, this goes beyond that. So today I was looking to, happened to be watching my YouTube stuff, and wasn't there another one of these zoos? Man, where was that at? Like, it was like one of these big towns, you know, like Chicago or Detroit or something, you know, something like that. That, well, another person got killed by the lions. Now, why the fuck are you in there? You know what I mean? You don't have to be in there.
If you get in with the lions,
you're an idiot.
Then you should just be able to be part of the attraction at that point. Nobody should try to help you. Everybody should just get to sit and watch you meet your maker.
Yeah.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like
it's cat and mouse.
What would possess you to get in a cage with an apex predator?
Oh, they trust me. They love me.
Well, that was like that. You remember that there was that Timothy Treadwell, that he was this dude that thought he was like one with the grizzly bears.
Oh, yeah.
And he went up there and he was like in the grizzly maze and he was camping with them and he like believed he was one with the grizzly bears. And then they fucking ate him and his girlfriend.
And his girlfriend.
Because she was dumb enough to go up there with him.
Yeah.
Like, between the two of you, like, really? And I read the book, The Grizzly Maze, which was about him. And, you know, it doesn't sound like he was a bad dude. Like, it really doesn't sound like he's a bad guy. But
had to be hippie.
But why in the hell would you go and camp with the grizzly bears?
And take your girl.
They're wild. Like, this is what they do.
Yeah. Even the little fuzzy animals will eat your fucking ass.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen the deer box people down and beat them down, you know, and the rabbits they will tear your ass apart. A little rabbit. Yeah. They'll just rip your face off. Yep. Raccoons. That's some vicious bite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to save 3 baby raccoons on the road one time, and they came after me like I was Satan.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I was just trying to help you. Like, that's the attitude you want to cop. I'm just going to leave you on the side of the road. You get run over, it's your problem.
As the little kids, they was trying to get a turtle off the road, you know, but this is a cooter, you know.
A snapping turtle.
Alligator snapper. Yeah. And, that fucker, man. I mean, it was reaching, and their necks will go like halfway around their body, you know. And they were jumping back. Cars were coming. I was like, get the fuck out of the road.
Yeah.
Let it die. Whatever.
Yeah. One tried to bite me one time. I tried to get out and help it across the road. I thought it was a boxing turtle. I didn't look.
Yeah.
And then I looked after he snapped at me, and I was like, you better get across the road because I'm going to get back in that car. I'm running your ass over. He didn't make it. I thought, I moved you off the side of the road. I was going to give you a chance. And he tried to bite me. You do what you do. I'm going to do what I do.
I'm telling
Crunch.
You. Yep. That's
done.
how it works. It's a crazy world right now.
Yep.
Yeah, especially if you're a turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water's so low right now, they're all over the rocks. They're piled up on there.
Oh, with this heat, they're probably up there warming up so they can go and get fat before winter when they got to go dormant. So they'll eat anything they can get a hold of right now.
Yeah. I just don't see the point in trying to keep these damn these cats. So there was one that just got out, and I swear we need to Google that. It was like in Chicago or something the same way, man, where they just found the lion that got away out of the fucking zoo.
I'm going to Google it.
Yeah. Where was the lion they just found out of the zoo or something? It escaped. Now, this is what was that video? I seen a video of a guy walking through the damn zoo, and he might have been a caretaker or something like that, but here come a tiger walking down the path right after he went through there. I was like, dude, if you'd have been 5 seconds earlier, you'd have been damn lunch.
Well, the last one I have here was in 2002 in Australia.
Oh, no, this is over here in the States.
How many lions have escaped the zoos?
Mm-hmm.
There's one in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, maybe that was it. I don't know.
It does not have any lions. That was a fake one.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the one I've seen. I don't know.
Yeah,
but they and what was that? The Tiger King or something? The Tiger, what was it? King?
Oh, the Tiger King, that wacky dude.
Yeah, and didn't she feed her ex-old man to
that's
the lion?
That's the
conspiracy or whatever.
She was a weird woman.
Yeah. But that is weird, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they never found him.
Yeah. And I've heard people say that about the hogs, too, you know.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to make somebody disappear, you just feed them to the hog.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they eat everything.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah. Like a chicken, though. You could do it to the chickens. Might take a couple days.
Yeah, it'd probably take a little while.
And a big flock.
What? What are those chickens eating? Nothing.
Right.
Give a whole new person to choke your chicken.
Looks like a rib bone.
What the hell just happened there? What's he spitting up? Femur. What kind of chickens you raising there, boy? Jurassic ones. They got teeth.
Yeah.
They're committed.
Yeah. They say that's how all these birds and stuff, that's what the dinosaurs were like, sort of like, but they say that's a bad way to go, though. Because you ever seen a hawk or an owl eat? You know, they just hold that.
Oh, it'd be a horrible way to go.
Because
they don't kill you first. No, it'd be a bad. I had an uncle who back he was one of the smartest guys ever. And he was an orthopedic surgeon in Long Island, New York. And I can remember we were up there visiting one time. It was probably in the late to mid 80s. And he sat there at the dinner table and he said, "What would you tell you if I told you that dinosaurs had feathers?"
Yeah.
And I was like, I would laugh at you.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, they have the same inverted pelvis as a bird and all this other stuff. Yep. And back then, nobody thought about that. But now everybody talks about that. Yep. And I'm like, he was one of the first people, and he was an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
And he noticed that stuff. Like, it was crazy to me. Like, I hear people talk about that now.
Yeah.
And like in Jurassic Park, they talk about how they have more in common with birds.
Yep.
And how the name raptor and a lot of these things, it's a name after a bird.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's interesting to think.
I think they evolved again or something, maybe because now their bones are hollow. That's why you don't find a lot of bird skeletons.
Oh.
Yeah, hollow bones. But, it goes back to, so there's a guy in Canada or Alaska. He's got so many of the mammoth tusk. It's like 1,000 elephants fell in a hole. And he's digging up these mammoth tusks. We'll have to look that up because it is just unbeknownst to me of how they all got there. He's found these, what's the big koala? Not the koala, sloth. That giant sloth. He's found these bears, these cats. But it's more tusk, and he sells these tusks, and he's got like thousands of tusks.
Eddie Templeton in Mississippi.
No, this is up in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, Canada or Alaska. Yeah. And I think what he's doing is taking a water cannon, basically, and he's just eroding the sides of these hills. And there's tusk and bones and you name it coming up. But he found out of one of these tusks, they're hollow, and out of one of these tusks, a blue feather came out of it.
Inside the tusk?
Inside the tusk. And there's pictures of this on the Rogan. And they went back into the theory of were there dragons? with that blue feather. Yeah. So it goes way back. You know, hollow bones, you know, and a dragon-like, you know, vertebrae and all that.
Wow.
But it had wings, you know. So, yeah. And it's a blue like nobody's ever seen. So, yeah.
I would have thought dragons had scales based upon all the movies, but,
Yeah, but
I
they
know
had to
you would
have
think they would
feathers.
have feathers.
You would
'cause-
have to, I would say, unless you're like a pterodactyl or a bat, you know. But that's where they were going with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah. That's just my stupidity. I watch all kind of shit, well, as you can tell. Yeah.
Well, that's good because that's why we have stuff to talk about.
Yeah. 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 Well, the boys on vacation, and last I seen, they didn't get off at one place. They stopped
Yeah, I
at
saw
one-
the weather was
Yeah,
the weather
wind or
was
something?
shitty.
Yeah.
So I saw that Dave and Corey, they couldn't get off one of the stops.
Yeah.
Great pictures.
Oh, man.
It looks like a fantastic time.
Yeah. Views from hell.
Yeah, just absolute incredible. I'm glad they're having a good time. I'm glad they're enjoying it.
One of them was a huge boat that was underneath their boat. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
it was a huge yacht,
Yep.
but it was, you know, they were way above it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But the pictures are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the unfortunate part is that I really would prefer is I wish that they would have taken pictures with film
Yeah.
and that we could have had a slideshow.
Yeah.
And gone back to like the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
with those little slide projectors
Yeah.
and got to sit there
click.
and been bored through 1,000 slides while they said, and this is when we were here. And this is when we were here. And this is when we were here. And then hold on a minute while I take the gigantic disc out of there and put the new one in so we can see another 150 million slides. Oh, and there's the one Dad loaded upside down. So now everybody has to stand on their head.
That's the best one of the night.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I still remember my parents doing
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God. They get that slideshow projector out. And he had that remote with a wire going into that thing.
yeah.
And then he'd stand there while I was talking. Like he was doing a presentation, you know. He's standing there, had a little movie screen projector up there. Yeah, it was a big deal, man. And Dad was getting the slides out. Nobody wanted to see him but Mom and Dad. Nobody else gave a shit.
The proud of it.
Yeah, yeah. But the people that took the pictures were happy to show them off.
I had those. Yeah. Yeah. We did that too. Yeah. Did he do or you do the reel to reel?
Oh my God. My dad had this phenomenal reel to reel tape.
My dad did too. Yeah.
And when we were little, he would record my brother and I.
Oh,
he had like little
okay.
microphones.
Yeah.
And there's tapes of us with those. I don't know where they're at. I don't even know where his old reel to reel player is.
Yeah.
But because he had that reel to reel when he was in the Navy.
Yeah. That seems like that's what it is. When
And-
they were in the military, they got these reel to reel.
I can remember
Yeah.
the funniest thing about those reel to reels is we used to listen to Snoopy and the Red Baron on that reel to reel.
Really?
Oh my God, over and over.
Was that something he taped or
He must have taped it off of something
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And we listened to that when we were kids.
Yeah.
I listened to Snoopy and the Red Baron
Yeah.
probably 1,000 times on that little thing. I just thought that was the greatest.
I wish I could have had that. Yeah.
Yeah, and what a neat! It was this gigantic box, and it closed in on itself. It was like a suitcase. The
Yep.
speakers folded in over the front of the reel to
no.
reel.
Yeah.
and it was just. I mean, it was literal. Like it was a suitcase.
It was a system.
It was big,
Yeah.
and it played. It didn't have a radio or nothing. It just reel to reel.
Yeah. Well, this was just the system that plugged into the stereo system, the amplifier.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
his
is
was
what
his was
my
all
stepdad
self-contained. It had speakers and everything in it. It was crazy.
Well, I got the. How do you say? Well,
And had that counter on it, and he had a piece of paper, and it would say at 075, that's where the song starts.
oh,
He'd go there and fast forward it to like
Yeah, I don't remember
72 or 73, and then it'd be at the end of the song, and then it was crazy.
yeah, I don't remember
Had that
this
little
one.
counter,
This
man.
one, I mean, it straight up come from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one did, and well, the whole stereo system did,
Yeah.
as far as I can remember.
Yep.
Him telling me the stories of it, but Elvis. They have a blue
Blue
Christmas. God Almighty, I hated Christmas because of that.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah,
time I
because it
walk
was
in,
it was.
Elvis all day, man. Yeah.
Oh my God, my parents for Christmas, they would get out the big 12-inch albums.
Yeah.
And Bing Crosby.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Nat King Cole.
That was my
and-
grandma.
I
Yep.
mean, all that
Yep.
shit, man. We had those vinyls, and
Yeah,
they
man.
would play them
Yep.
from the first Friday after Thanksgiving
Yep.
until Christmas Day, man.
Christ.
It was just Christmas music in
Yep.
the house all day. When people were awake, that was all we would listen to. And as a kid, I loved that stuff, and I still
Oh, yeah.
like that stuff because
Yeah.
I that was such a big part of it.
Yeah.
But people don't decorate like that anymore.
No, you got food that gives you memories. You got smells that give you memories, and you got music gives you memories. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a guy that I used to work with at one of the machine shops I worked at, and I think it was like Halloween. They would start Christmas music. Fuck you, buddy. No. Yeah, he would go to lunch, and that fucking radio's on that
No.
station. I'd unplug that motherfucker.
No.
He'd come back. What happened to my radio station? Yeah. Well, find it again.
Yeah, you keep looking, buddy.
Yeah. Ah, damn. I would be so sick of that shit.
Oh.
And I got another guy that is a hateful bastard, and he starts watching the Christmas shows right now. Starting now.
That's there's
They all
we got,
end the same. They all
we got Halloween coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up. And I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving this year because both my kids are going to be around. Michaela's going to be around.
Yeah.
We're all going to be together. And then we got the wedding coming up in December. This is going to be a good year.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited. There's so much good stuff coming. And,
Family horrific.
and
Yeah.
my daughter hasn't been around for any holidays,
Yeah.
for a long time, and it's because she's been in college, and
Yeah.
it's not by choice. It's just
No.
it's the way life's
Busy.
been.
Yeah.
And I'm just happy that things work out.
Yeah.
That she's going to be able to come around now.
Well, that's good. That's good. And James will always be around.
Oh,
I'm
James,
telling you, he's going to be
he's
there.
the bomb. He's
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
a great kid. I'm happy
Michaela's
for him.
amazing.
Yeah, Michaela's.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I
And
hope it's,
and Elisa's sister, I think, is coming into town this week.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
her Naomi and Rusty and Ethan and that crew, they got a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was. And Ethan was all excited. We talked about him at the podcast last time. He was he was thrilled. So another shout out to
good.
him. I hope he
Amen.
listens again tonight.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, that was it was great to see them.
How did they?
a couple
They're
weeks
still
ago.
playing.
I think so. I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't checked. So I can't imagine after seeing them play. I can't imagine they aren't. I can't
some
imagine
sort
they
of
didn't win out
playoffs.
the rest of the season. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Rusty said they didn't have playoffs at this level, which is too
Oh,
bad
really?
because
Yeah.
those kids deserve a chance to play some more. But
Yeah.
But what a great group of kids.
Will he
always to
play
watch.
anything else over the?
Yeah, he's Ethan's just
Everything.
an athlete. He's just one of those kids that
Yeah.
he's that's
Basketball?
well his head, but he's good at everything he does.
Does he do basketball?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I know he plays baseball.
Yeah.
And he's really good at baseball.
Yeah.
Very good football player.
Yeah.
Ethan, study hard.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to tell you, study hard. Like you can't just be good
That's
at
right.
sports. So there you
That's
go,
right.
study hard. That's the only thing I'll tell you. But
That's great advice. Yeah. Yeah. That's how you get somewhere. Just saying. And it makes it easier. Let me say that. Well,
we hit the limit.
yeah, we hit the limit. Let me just say, come on out this week and enjoy some Mitch Gregory on Saturday. Get out there and love your neighbors. Well, at least look across the fence at them. Love your veterans and take care of your elderly. Get out there and try to build you a nice, awesome community.
Yes,
ya.
and see you next week.
Amen.